Welcome to Westgate Chevrolet. Today we're taking a quick look at some of the interior and exterior features on our 2017 Cadillac CT6. This vehicle is featured in black metallic paint with alloy rims. We have our front and rear massaging seats, as well as heated and cooled front and rear seats. We also have our Apple CarPlay, Android Auto connectivity, dual sunroof and moonroof, sunshades for the rear, as well as our rear adjusting seats and backup camera. Now moving on to the interior of the Cadillac CT6, we'll take a look at a few of the driver's features, starting off here with the door panel. You can see we have our black leather, also black stitching, wooden trim piece, and then chrome door handle. We also have our massaging seat option with seat adjustments featured on the door panel, and then our massage seat options and lumbar support control dial just in front of that. More on that in just a minute. Below we have our close handle, padded leather armrest, and we also have our window controls, all power automatic, window lock, as well as the power mirror adjustment with power mirror fold-in option. And we have our lock and unlock buttons. Below we have our trunk release. We also have our Bose speaker and storage. In conjunction with that Bose speaker, if we take a look at the top of the dash, we have our fold-out Panaray speaker tweeter, which once the vehicle starts, I'll show you that in just a minute, it'll just fold out and come out of the dash. So nothing on the side of the seat, as the seat controls are located off to the side. There comes our speaker tweeter in the dash. Now off to the left of the steering wheel, we have our electric park brake, interior dimmer switch, and then heads-up display controls, info and brightness. For the display located just at the front of the hood there, you can see we can adjust what is displayed. Right now we have our radio, do direction, rev or tack, as well as our speed limit. And always a speedometer on display up there. Full digital gauge cluster. You can see we also have a digital speedometer. Controls for adjusting what is displayed there are found on the right side of the steering wheel, alongside our volume and radio controls lower down. Off to the left we have our cruise control, voice commands and phone hang up, front collision alert, lane departure warning, and heated steering wheel, and wooden trim throughout. We also have chrome paddle shifters located behind, as well as the wheel is wrapped in black leather with grips. Now, moving on to the massaging seat option, if we go ahead and turn that on and look at the infotainment screen, you can see we have a few options here: a roll, need, stretch, lumbar, and shoulder. Also the off option, but again, these all have the option or selectivity for 1, 2, and 3, so we can adjust the intensity of the massage. You can see we can adjust the lumbar, shoulder, and bottom positionings as well of the seat, so plenty of customization for your seat positioning. Then we have our push start option with perforated leather and a wooden trim across the dash area. Taking a closer look at the infotainment screen, we'll see off to the left we have our park assists. We also have the option for the vehicle to park itself once I put it in drive, that is. We also have our automatic start stop system, glove box release, and hazards. The audio system in the vehicle, again, it was powered with Bose and Panaray. You can hear it sounds very good. If we go into the options for that, you can see we have our Bose autopilot option, as well as our tone settings display our Bose Panaray. We have our bass, mid-range, treble, and surround sound. We also can adjust the audio to the driver, rear, normal, or center point. We also have the controls located on the right to adjust to a custom setting. Back to the home page, we have projection, which acts as a tunnel for our Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We also have our navigation settings, climate for front and rear, and the rear video controls, camera and traffic. Another cool feature about this vehicle is we do actually have speakers in the headrests of the car. Just speaker tweeters, very subtle, but we'll hear notes from the audio coming through there. We also have our integrated reverse camera in the infotainment screen. You can see we have our overhead view, as well as our adaptive guidelines. Below we have our volume slider, as well as our mute for the radio and home button. Carbon fiber just below. Then we have our vents, heated and cooled seat options for driver and passenger, and dual zone climate controls. Our gear selection stock. And we have our 2 cup holders, both finished with brushed aluminum inserts at the bottom. This here is our trackpad, so for the infotainment screen, we just hover our hand over, it'll follow our movements on the screen. We can toggle through everything we can with the touchscreen using this. It also has a very satisfying vibration and click when we push it in, similar to a laptop trackpad. Back option, and then we have our automatic park brake hold, traction control, and driving mode, which we can see toggled. We have Tour, Sport, and Snow/Ice toggled through the mode button in the center area here. We also have a remote charging pad. You can slide our phone in there. If we have the remote charge capabilities on our phone, it'll charge while we drive. Just goes in front, very streamlined design. Side opening center console with a padded leather center console lid. You can see our textured rubber for the remote charging port. Pen holder. Then we have a felt line center console. The front seats are featured in black patent leather. You can see we have our perforated leather headrest. And we have our Cadillac silhouette embossed in chrome and perforated leather in the lower portion of the seat. Again, we do also have, for the passenger, massaging seat option and memory seat adjustments. We have our rear view mirror, which also doubles as a rear view camera to offer a 300% better view of what's behind us. Over that, we have our OnStar controls for the rear sunshade and sunroof and moonroof. We have a dual sunroof and moonroof in the vehicle. We also have our dome lights, which are featured with LEDs and 3 garage door openers. Full black suede headliner, dual moonroof overhead. Now back onto the exterior of the CT6, we can take a closer look at our alloy rims with Cadillac badge center caps. We also have our Cadillac badge featured in chrome off to the side, paint matched rear caps and chrome door handles, which also feature LED strips, and our lock and unlock buttons on all 4 around the vehicle. Also have our rear sunshades, so no need for that rear privacy tint. Fin antenna up top that's paint matched. Then we have our CT6 3 liter turbo and all-wheel drive badging on the rear, as well as quad exhaust. We also have our power trunk lid, so we just push the rubber pad underneath. It'll open automatically. You can see inside we have plenty of storage room, as well as our Cadillac mat. Then we have our button overhead, push that, and then it closes back up. Now moving on to the rear interior of the CT6, we'll take a look at some of the rear passenger features, which there are quite a few of in this vehicle. Starting off with the door panel, we have our black leather, wood trim, speaker tweeter, chrome door handle, and then we have our heated and cooled seat options for the rear passengers and our door open. Controls for the rear sunshade, ashtray, and then our automatic power window switch, Bose speaker and storage. Let's go ahead and quickly show you that rear sunshade. Folding up. We also have controls for the rear sunroof, also located on the door panel. Now moving on to the back of the front seats, we have our fold-out DVD players, which I'll show you more of in just a few seconds. Then we have our leather magazine holders at the back of the front seats. Back in the center console area, we have our rear dual-zone climate controls, so this vehicle is quad-zone climate. You can also adjust the direction of airflow and fan speed. Below that, we have our Panaray speaker tweeter in the rear, as well as our DVD loader underneath. The rear seats, again, are featured in black patent leather with our Cadillac silhouette in chrome and perforated leather in the lower portion. You can fold out our center console here using the button off to the side. Just push that in, it'll fold right down. Here we have a few options. Press this Cadillac badge in, it'll open up our 2 cup holders for the rear passengers. We also have phone holder finished in leather. Side of the area, we have the controls for the rear lumbar support. You can also recline the rear seats, so if we push this forward, seat will move forward at the bottom, back at the rear, make for a very comfortable seating position at the back of the vehicle. We also, of course, have our massaging seat option for the rear passengers. So the rear seats feature reclining rear seats, massaging seats, lumbar support, heated and cooled seats, and then we also have our sunshades and sunroof. So plenty of features in the rear, but we're not done quite yet. We also have, if we open up our padded leather center console lid, here it's full felt lined. We also have the 2 Cadillac headsets, wireless, so the protective plastic on there. Then we have our DVD control, or remote control, sorry. You can see at the bottom we have this kind of slider that controls either the left or the right DVD player. So you can go ahead and Put it over to the right one for now. Press the power button at the top. We'll see it'll slide out of the area stored in the back of the seat. You go ahead and adjust any of the seating options like the lumbar support or the massage setting. You'll see it'll display at the back of, or on the DVD player. We also have the controls for the volume seek on there as well, and a full suede headliner in the back. Thank you for joining me for this video walk around of the 2017 Cadillac CT6. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more daily videos. We hope to see you in at Westgate Chevrolet sometime very soon.